Oh, hello everybody, and welcome to our webinar on improving operations in your Avaya call center with better reporting. Thanks for joining us today. My name is John Yoik. I'm the marketing coordinator for NetAlert. I'm going to give you a background on our company and then discuss an overview of the most common call center challenges and ways to overcome them. After that, I'm going to hand it over to Jeff Levitt, our sales and marketing director, and he's going to show you a brief demo of our call center reporting solution. We'll have a brief Q&A after the demo. So who is NetAlert? We're an Avaya call center reporting solutions provider. We were founded in 2000 in Asheville, and we've got about 4,000 customers worldwide now. We've been an Avaya DevConnect partner since day one, and we've been supporting IAUG for nearly a decade. We have two products, nFocus and nFocus Plus. Both are web-based reporting solutions for Avaya call centers. nFocus is a standalone turnkey reporting tool, and nFocus Plus is an add-on for CMS. Both are extremely easy to use and allow unlimited users to access reports. Here's a brief overview of today's presentation. I'm going to talk about the top challenges for Avaya call center reporting, based on the answers that you all gave when you registered. It looks like most of you said your top challenges are either limited access to data, your call center reporting solution is difficult to use, or it's too expensive for the features that you're using. Nearly all of you said that your company is using either CMS or IQ, so we've actually customized this presentation a little bit for you. The most common complaint that you listed is that your reporting solution doesn't allow enough people to access reports. The reason for this is that Avaya license is based on the number of supervisor views. When an organization is trying to keep costs low, it's easy to say, well, not every decision maker needs a license, so we'll just buy a few. And if someone else needs a report, then one of the licensed supervisors can just run it for them. Unfortunately, this puts several extra steps in the process and puts additional work on that supervisor. The end result is that the decision makers don't always get the reports they need in a timely manner. And if the call center is having a problem, like a call center agent hiding in AUX or a 30-minute hold time, then your decision maker may not find out about it and it won't be addressed in a timely manner. Well, the solution to all of this is to use a reporting tool like nFocus that is not licensed based on the number of supervisors, so there's no limit to the number of people who can run or view reports. The second biggest challenge that you listed is that your call center reporting tool is hard to use. We hear that a lot from call center managers when they first come to us. The problem here is your employees are using valuable time trying to run these reports, and in some cases they may be reluctant to run reports in a timely manner, especially if they need to build a new custom report. That can be a complex process. The end result of all this is that the data is not getting to the right people at the right time. And the solution here, we'll use a reporting tool that was designed to be easy to use. Our nFocus's user interface was built from the ground up with ease of use as top priority. You'll get to see how easy it is to use in just a minute when Jeff pulls up the demo. And obviously, you don't want to be spending money on something you're not using. Many of our customers switched from CMS to our nFocus standalone tool because they didn't need everything that CMS can do. CMS is a very powerful reporting tool, but 99% of call centers don't actually need all of that functionality. And when it comes down to it, if you're paying a premium for features that you don't need, you're wasting money, and ultimately you're hurting your brand and your call center profitability. The solution here, use a lower cost reporting solution that supports the functionality you need. And these are the additional challenges that we see in the Avaya call center environment. Limited or no web-based report access, limited or no automatic report distribution, very limited historical interval data storage. You're forced to upgrade call center versions, and setting up a wallboard requires expensive and proprietary hardware and software. Our nFocus product solves all of the problems we just covered. It's 100% web-based, provides real-time and historical data, Unlimited users can access reports. It's very easy to use. you can schedule reports to be emailed automatically in PDF or Excel to anyone. You can store unlimited historical interval data, and it supports multiple PBXs. Here's a sample screenshot of our nFocus tabular reports and graphic reports. All of nFocus's reports are completely customizable. Well, that about wraps it up for my part of the presentation. I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Jeff Levitt, and he's going to show a live demo of nFocus. Jeff?
Thanks, John. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to keep this short and sweet. We are very understanding of your time this afternoon, and I encourage you to, after this presentation, a quick demo. If you have further questions and you want to see a very customized demo to you for your environment, please reach out and we can schedule one for you. Like John was saying, nFocus Plus, it's a 100% web-based solution. The nFocus Plus version, if you have a CMS environment, basically what this product does is it goes in, you install it in your environment on a non-dedicated machine, Windows, Linux, virtual machine, whatever type of environment you have, and it connects to CMS. Starts gathering real-time and historical information back from CMS, and we put it in our data store, which is a MySQL enterprise-level database that allows for unlimited interval storage. So if you have requirements in your environment to have interval data, half-hour interval data for longer than, say, the 90 days or 60 days that CMS is giving you now, and maybe you have a requirement to keep it for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, you can do that. The database that we ship embedded in our solution is an enterprise level and actually supports up to 200 terabytes worth of data. So you can get very extreme with that if you like. But again, we're not copying everything from CMS. We're copying the actual data that you would go back and look at. So it keeps that database size pretty small. Being that this product is web-based, you can also run this on any handheld device that you like. It's platform independent. You can pull this view up on your iPhone, your BlackBerry, Droid, just as easily as I can pull it up here on my desktop. I'm going to log in here and just show you a few things here that is important to understand in terms of nFocus Plus. And I'm going to start with security. We license our product by how many agents you want to report on versus how many people log in and look at this information. Whether it's a supervisor, an agent, team lead, director level, outsourcing environments, each user or group of users has a set of permissions and privileges that basically shows them what they can see or what they cannot see. So for example, an agent can log in and see his or her data. Maybe they can see the group's information, but they can see some information retaining around them, but they can't see everything else. Call center manager over sales may see the sales department, but not the tech support department, etc. So that can continue on. In the outsourcing environment, this is a great tool to give access to outsourcers' clients without giving them too much information. This is an easy way to give them a login. Hey, help yourself, come in here and look at this real-time or historical data anytime that you like for the agents that are associated to your call center. So that's a very powerful piece here. It's unlimited. In our larger environments, we have thousands of people at any given second looking at real-time information through nFocus Plus. It's also nice if you want to distribute this out to plasma screens, LCDs, displays throughout the organization. There's no licensing or anything needed for that as well. The database, the back-end database I was referring to earlier, it's got a backup built in to that. It will back up the database along with the configuration. You can be restored up in a matter of minutes. We have a fail-safe built, so it can go back to CMS, and if the machine goes down, for example, we've got a fail-safe that we can actually go back to CMS and repopulate any data that we're missing. Size management, again, we recommend storing that interval data forever. There's really no reason to get rid of it. It's valuable information. You never know when you may need it, But if you do have a requirement or some policy you have to follow within your organization, we have a size management piece of InFocus as well. I'm going to jump up to the Asheville tab. There's two tabs at the top. There's an Asheville tab. There's a New York tab. That's basically just showing you the New York tab is a second CMS. We can consolidate reporting throughout multiple CMS environments. Our InFocus solution that connects directly to the PBX, bypassing CMS for your non-CMS users. That's the same thing as your PBX. We have multiple PBXs as well. I'm going to be showing you guys InFocus Plus, being that the majority of the people that's on this call has indicated they have CMS. For you that are on the call and do not have CMS, the product looks identical. The only difference is the data. CMS has more information that we can get directly from the PBX. Any user at any time can log in here from a web browser and start looking at reports. So I'm just going to go down through some and give you an indication of what this looks like. Real-time windows like this automatically refresh as data changes. This is an easy system screen that I look at. I can see that, hey, here's my 10 different departments. Here's what we're doing at a high level. And I can sort, say, calls waiting, for example, always at the top. Those departments with calls waiting will always stay at the top and get my attention. The different colors that you see here are what we call our thresholds. And basically, thresholds can be set up for different reasons. In InFocus, we set them up as a trigger. So a triggered event can do the following. It can change colors. It can pop this little window that I have up here up on your screen. So, for example, if I have this minimized and I'm working on an email, for example, and a trigger has been met, it will pop it up on my screen or blink on my taskbar. You can have it play a sound to get your attention. You can also have it text message or email you to get your attention. So let's say you're a high-level call center manager. You're not one to sit there and look at the screen all day to see how many calls are coming in, how long they're waiting, etc. But you want to be notified if a threshold is ever met that is important to your department. So the big ones always are calls waiting and how long they've been waiting. Maybe you want to be notified if a call is ever waiting longer than 8 minutes. Then you can set that up to get a real-time text message that would say, tech support, longest call, waiting, 8 minutes. And it's a real-time alert to get your attention. Maybe you're traveling, you're in meetings, etc. This is great for anybody in the organization that sort of needs to keep their hands on the pulse of the call center. A lot of proactive ways of getting your attention in a real-time environment. Everything throughout our products InFocus Plus is point and click. Very simple to get to data. If I want to drill down on customer service, for example, that would drill me down to another real-time view. Now I can see exactly what my customer service department is doing real-time, what my agents are doing. If I want to sort state, for example, I can see here's my 4 or 5 agents that's in Ox. Here's our Ox region code. The ones that are taking calls, if they're a member of multiple splits, so they're skills-based, I can look at what department they're taking the actual call for or what state they're in for which department on the right-hand side. At the top, I can see quickly, do I have calls waiting? How long have they been waiting? Etc. So this is a good view here for a call center manager responsible for a handful of departments, or maybe just one department really needs to keep an eye out on the agents. Real-time's great, but it doesn't answer everything in the call center. Looking at real-time information, you may have to drill down and say, this is great. One call waiting, that's good, but have we had any abandons minus this interval? What have we done thus far today? I can click on customer service, and it will show you what's happened so far today. So this call center, for example, opened up at, after midnight, and I can see my call volume, my average speed of answer, my staffing, what's been happening up until 2 o'clock Eastern Time this afternoon, what's been going on. All of this data that you see here, this interval data, is stored in the database for as long as you keep it. And I'll show you an example of a historical report here in a second to give you an idea of what's been going on and how to look at, past and be able to look at the future in terms of scheduling and forecasting. This interval data is critical to the looking and doing that. This product is just like browsing in any web browser. You hit the back button and you go backwards. If I want to find out what an agent's been doing individually so far today, I can click, drill down, and see, what time this agent staff in, what type of calls is she or he making, are they putting customers on hold a long period of time, what's going on with this agent, in the summary line at the bottom. Very simple to do. I'm going to go back here and just show you a couple other things. Everything that we have, like John was saying, I've been showing you tabular, but we also have graphical information as well. We can also customize any report that you like as well. So if I go to a custom report and just pull this up. So this has basically 4 fields in it. You can pick anything that you like. It's only got 1 department in it. You can customize these views literally in a couple seconds. You can create it and save it and pop it open anytime, and you got yourself a wallboard. So if I put up a 30 or 40-inch LCD on the wall and create a real-time view like this, or multiple real-time views, and put up some triggers and things on there so it changes colors and gets my attention, I've got myself a wallboard. Doesn't cost you any more money. All you need is a web browser. That LCD could be driven by just an old, outdated workstation that's got a web browser hooked up to the network, and you're in good shape. This also has the capability, like I was talking about earlier, in terms of graphical graphing. We have time series graphs that build over a portion of time and will start growing. But if you have a visual environment where you want to blow this up on a large screen, or you've got a second LCD on your desk there, but you want to just keep a tab, quickly look over what's going on, you can create all these different types of real-time reports that you like in any type of view. This is just an example. Agent reporting, we sort of covered that, but if you have groups of agents and you don't really care what split skill they're a member of, but you want to report on those individually, you can. And again, each user that logs in to InFocus, you may or may not see this information. I may log in and only see a split for historical. So that means real-time, that whole section of real-time stats would disappear, daily activity would disappear, and when I click on split, it would just show me the splits that I have permissions to see, and that's it. So it really simplifies the view when you start taking away different reports and scaling it down to what people really need to see. We also have BDN reporting, same process, real-time, historical. We have the ability to put this information on agents' desktops. This is what we call our split stats report. This report is made up of 4 pieces of information that over the years of being in business, we've polled our customers, and they said if we had to have agents see information, here's what we want them to see. This is default, is built in the product. You can, again, customize anything and give anyone access, but the beauty of this report is that you can turn off authentication and roll this out. The administrator has a little button there called permalink. They click it, it creates a link that's encrypted, and they can send this out. And this view would be sent out. So you can send it out to a group of agents that's a member of the sales department. You can open it back up for tech support or customer service, create a permalink. It will create a link. You can blast that out and say, click on this, bookmark it, add as a shortcut. Anytime you need to see what's going on in your department, you just click that button and it will pop this little view up, and it's a real-time screen. So it's very, very good in a environment where your agents aren't available to see a wallboard. You have work-at-home agents. It's perfect for that environment. I'm going down and just give you an example. There's too much information here to go through in a 30-minute period that we're trying to do here, but I'm going to give you just an example of how a historical report works. I'm going to just do a split report. When you generate a historical report for a split or skill, InFocus, or any report for that matter for a historical, InFocus go ahead and summarizes and gives you a little analysis on the front end of what happened the previous day. That's just to get you thinking and look at and being proactive of, hey, there's an issue. No, I didn't realize we had 200 abandoned calls yesterday. And typically we have 10. Something majorly went wrong. Let me investigate. So before you even run a report, InFocus is generating reports on the front end just to get your attention. I'm going to generate a report on sales and pre-sales and just give you an idea of how it looks and feels. It's a very simple task. I'm going to go back from 2012 this time. There's tons of ways to slice and dice this data based on what you're trying to get after. If you're looking at some trending, some staffing, depending on what type of report, there's a lot of different ways of doing it. I'm just going to do a week report. I'm going to group my departments together. If you want to report on, I've got 3 CMS servers or I've got 2 PBXs and I want to report on my sales departments in each across the board, that group by time feature will consolidate your reporting for you. So you don't have to see all of them. They're just going to summarize it per row. You can exclude items. You can say, hey, I really just want to see from 9 o'clock in the morning until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That's my shift. That's what I care about. You set that time in there, and that's the only time it's going to generate these reports for. Days of the week, days of the month. Again, which fields do I want to see? Maybe I want to see, calls offered. Maybe I want to see something else in here that maybe makes sense. Maybe I want to take out all these fields, and I'll just want to know my ACD calls and abandoned calls. That's all I care. So you can go through here and customize this on the fly in terms of what you're looking for, how you want to see it, and how you want it displayed. And then what you do is just basically hit submit here or hit report, and it generates that report, and it's on your screen. The beauty about this report generation is that I can go through here and sort columns quickly. I can tell you really quick here. Here's my high call volume weeks. Here's my low call volume weeks. Here's where I missed the boat on staffing. Here's where I understaffed, overstaffed, etc. The really nice, powerful piece to all this is the ability to drill down. So if I want to go back, here's the end of March. What did we do last year? That's great. I can see that week. But that's summary data. Summary data doesn't get it done in terms of forecasting. So I click on that week, week 13. It drills me down. Here's the 7 days of that week in 2012, the end of March. Maybe the 28th was a special day for my company last year. I want to see what we did. Click on that, and it will drill me down to that interval data. Again, that interval data is always there, always available. I hit the back button like I showed you earlier. It goes backwards. Find another day and drill down. Very interactive, very intuitive. All these reports you can save. You can export out as a PDF or Excel CSV file that makes sense. You can email these reports directly out of InFocus. You can schedule these to be emailed to multiple people if you like, or yourself. So a lot of flexibility in terms of what you can do with this data. And again, this is only hitting about 10% of what this product does. We just wanted to scratch the surface a little bit of what InFocus is all about and what our products do. And what I'm going to do now, being that we only have about 5 minutes left of the time that we allocated for this, I'm going to turn this back over to John.
Thanks, everyone, for joining us today. This has been a very informative webinar, and thank you, Jeff. And if you have any questions, you can certainly reach out to us at 1-866-NetAlert. That's also 866-638-5378, or you can call our local number. It's 828-418-0023, or visit our website, netalert.com, or email us at nlsales@netalert.com. Thanks again, and have a good day.